In this video, I'm going to show you a customer who used BlueTex Insulation in his new VersaTube building. One great thing about VersaTube buildings is the ability for the customer to have more control over the products and the process. You choose the features you want. This is where BlueTex Insulation is perfect. You can choose the absolute best radiant barrier and vapor barrier made, and install it in a way that maximizes the benefit at a reasonable cost. Here's some installation pictures from a customer who did what I would call a combo installation. He used hardy board on the front of the building and then ran the metal horizontally on the sides and back. He also had a small soffit, which you usually don't see on standard metal buildings. As far as the install process, it's pretty straightforward. His framing is on 60-inch centers, so he used the BlueTex Pro 62-inch wide product. This enables him to line up the insulation with the framing running up and down and have a perfect 2-inch overlap on the seams. By doing this, virtually all the seams are hidden so that none are visible from the inside. For the roof, he went over the hat channels and used the BlueTex self-drilling screws and washers to attach to the frame. This makes the airspace for the foil side radiant barrier to be effective. He could have run the BlueTex under the hat channels if he wanted to, and they would have been hidden. In general though, it's easier to run over the hat channels since you're going to use them to get your building frame plumb and square. Since he had a soffit, he ran the BlueTex past the drip edge and around the soffit frame and tied into the top of the wall as one single piece. This is also a good place to put a seam if you want to install using shorter pieces. He also taped the exterior seams with the BlueTex 3-inch wide foil tape. This created a solid air and vapor barrier and a radiant barrier for the entire building. For the sides, he is running his metal horizontal, but he wanted the radiant barrier benefit of the BlueTex insulation that will reflect 97% of the radiant heat to keep the building cooler. So he had to create an airspace between the foil side of the BlueTex and the metal siding. For this, he simply ran 1x2s up each of the sidewall frames before attaching to the metal. He could have also used foam strips with spray adhesive to create the airspace. Remember, by adding any furring strips, you might need to use a little longer screws to attach the metal through the furring strip into the framing. If you want to run your metal siding vertical like this, then you would use horizontal hat channels to create the airspace. As you can see, it's a really simple installation process and works great both as a vapor barrier to control internal condensation and as a radiant barrier to keep the building cooler. Remember, BlueTex Insulation is not a cheap bubble foil product. It's totally different. It's tear-proof, super durable, and it has long-term UV protection to keep it from deteriorating like the cheap bubble foil products. In fact, be sure to watch our videos on why bubble foil is junk. It's basically a potato chip bag and air bubbles. The videos explain how bubble foil is made and why it's destined to deteriorate after a few years. For this reason, BlueTex Insulation was born. Be sure to get your free sample kit. And for more information, visit BlueTexInsulation.com.